Hello, Verity Traders. This is our daily market recap. On the news today, Wednesday, 14th of January, we have earnings season starts with 4 banks moving lower. We have 4 banks in the financial sector that didn't have bad earnings, but they just moved lower. That dragged down with them the whole sector. We had a volatility spike in the VIX that measures the fear. The volatility spike is because of these political events that are happening. Right now, we still have the Fed situation ongoing. It looks like there might be a possible Trump tariffs ruling. And then consequentially, we had a surge in silver. Let's look at the advancing declining. We have almost 60% of stock advancing and 38% declining, 75% of stocks still making new highs. So we can consider this as a bull market still. And we're going to go to the S&P and NASDAQ charts very soon. The economic calendar, the only important thing we have today that might move the market, it's unemployment claims. We'll see what that number comes out. Obviously, there is always the narrative of there's going to be an interest rate cut or not. And obviously, unemployment is a big part of it. The broad market, we can see that, as usual, the technology sector is lagging. The big names like Microsoft, Nvidia, and Apple, semiconductor, and so on, still lagging. Consumer cyclical had a very nice surge, and there's a little bit of a pullback, but nothing major. Financial, obviously, because of the earnings. We see Bank of America, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, just one of the 3 that reported earnings, and they moved down significantly. But again, we still have pockets of strength in consumer defensive, in industrials, real estate, utilities, and in healthcare. Look at the S&P. You can see that, as I said, we're still in a bull market. We gapped down at the beginning of the day, then we recovered some of the losses, and we're still above the 20 SMA, definitely above the 50 SMA. I mean, this is still very good price action. You can see that the buyers here stepped in, so there's still money coming in the market. Moving on to the Qs, we have a little bit less strength, but still we're above the 50. We closed slightly below the 20, but again, we look at the volume here. Like, people stepped in and kept buying. So let's see what happens tomorrow, if we're going to recover or we're just going to consolidate and move sideways. But again, this is not a great time for the tech sector. And we can see that pretty clearly. So we can just steer away from those and focus where the pockets of strength are. So we look at stocks in sectors that at the moment are performing very well. Now, on the stocks to watch, as usual, this is not financial advice. These are just stocks that we add to our watch list that we watch. On the bull side, we have Cava and Hilton. These are both in the consumer cyclical sector. Then we have BDX in the healthcare and Pan American Silver, as we saw that the silver surged. On the bear side, we have a bit less, only Snowflake and Adobe. So you can add to your watch list the stocks to watch for the week. Again, we're still in a bull market. Let's see what happens tomorrow. We're going to have a little bit more clarity, but keep in mind that money is still flowing in the markets and not out of it. See you next time.